everyone, Nerd on Crypto back again. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on. Just recently, June 22nd, we saw crypto crash, Bitcoin and Ethereum in particular, everything followed, to some of the lowest levels that we've seen since January. There's a lot of FUD out there. Some say, oh, it's because China's banning the miners, but China's been banning the miners. This is not news. And you could actually say it's good news because the less miners that there are in China, the less control China has over crypto and Bitcoin, the better. Because if all those miners leave China, they come to North America, now we're not going to have this volatility due to hash rates from the miners. So it's good news, yet everyone looks at it as bad news, and the weak hands start selling. And when those weak hands start selling, when they hear this FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, what happens is then there's a lot of leverage. There's a lot of people who are taking their cryptocurrency, they're taking their Bitcoin and Ethereum primarily, and they're basically gambling. They're saying, I'm going to put in a position and say that my Bitcoin is going to go up from 33,000, it's going to go up. And I'm going to use leverage. So what that means is if you have Bitcoin and it's 33,000, it goes up to 35,000, you made $2,000, right? What if you use someone else's money to increase that amount? You borrow to then increase that amount. So now instead of it going up $2,000, make that times 10, and it goes up $20,000. Really, it's all percentages, because 10 times, if it goes up 5%, it's really 50%. So you're kind of betting on that. But what if it turns in the other direction? That's going long. If you're going short, you're gambling and expecting that that 33,000 is going to drop. And so a lot of people did short the market and they made a lot of money. A lot of people lost a lot of money. $1 billion in leverage was liquidated. That means people lost all their money that they put in on June 22nd. So that added to the cascading effect. It added to the values going down. Then people got scared and were getting out. I saw people, experienced YouTubers, people that were around for last time saying, I just sold all my altcoins and teka, and then they rebounded right back. So, a lot of people are giving into the FUD, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. There's a lot of evidence showing that the bear market is not here. Yeah, we're in a bear cycle. I saw another YouTuber talk about the 3 levels of technical analysis. You have your entire trends, your bull market and bear market. Then your secondary is you have a uptrend or downtrend. And so you could be in a bull market but with a bear trend. Or you could be in a bear market with a bull trend. We've seen that. And then the tertiary, the third, is that they have just your day-to-day ups and downs. You can have a good day and a bad day in any market or in any trend. We're obviously in at least a bear trend, in a downward trend. We're not necessarily out of the bull market. You can look at a lot of charts, a lot of different models that I look at, and you can see that we never really peaked. We never got to the highest point that we could have in this bull run. It doesn't mean that we can't enter a bear market and never come out, but then there's also the Michael Saylors of the world who just bought $1.5 billion of Bitcoin. 1 billion was on Sunday, June 20th, right before this whole cascading down. He bought that at 37,000. It went down to 29, 28. Could he have gotten in there? Yeah, but he doesn't care. So he sees this as digital property in cyberspace. Like, imagine colonizing Manhattan in the very beginning. You have 21 million square blocks of property to purchase, and you get to own one of those blocks. Why do I say that? Because there's 21 million Bitcoin that can ever be mined. So if there's 21 million Bitcoin that can ever be mined, it is the only true asset in this world that is completely limited, not just scarce. Gold is scarce, but eventually we can maybe mine gold off of an asteroid or somewhere else. And you could always, if you need more gold, you can go and find it. People will pay money to do that. And there's a lot of blood gold out there. There's a lot of unscrupulous ways that people are mining gold. But yet they want to come and they want to attack and create all this FUD against Bitcoin because of the energy that it takes. What about the energy that it took to create Tesla? People don't talk about that. A lot of waste to create those cars. Yeah, they're great once you have them, but are those batteries ever going to be disposed of? No, they're not. So all of this is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Speaking of Tesla and Elon Musk can tweet and Bitcoin goes up, or tweet and it goes down. Yet Michael Saylor has video after video after video and interview after interview really breaking down in such a way what Bitcoin is and what the future of it is, and that it's the apex asset of the world and it's generational. What we have this opportunity to get into, that he's leveraged everything, billions and billions of dollars, borrowed, done everything he can, sold stock to buy. It's now 105,000 Bitcoin that MicroStrategy, his company, owns. That's crazy. That's mind-blowing. So even with all this FUD, but what are we going to do? How is Bitcoin going to survive? It's always survived. When people didn't know that Bitcoin was going to be around, Bitcoin had bull runs and then crashed. But we know now, we know through all of this institutional money that's coming in, through all of this rampant inflation that we're getting since the beginning of COVID, we know now that Bitcoin has a place. Bitcoin is its own asset class. Bitcoin created the asset class. The asset class is cryptocurrency like Cardano. There are others that will follow. And maybe Cardano is the Google of the internet and Bitcoin is the Netscape. But as Michael Saylor said to that comment, Netscape never had $1 trillion market cap. Bitcoin is probably the best asset because it is truly decentralized. It's an open monetary network that anybody in the world can access. You have governments adopting it as a form of their currency. Governments that are struggling with their money. Let's talk about that. So El Salvador president said that they're going to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Then they go to the World Bank and they say to the World Bank, hey, help us get this done. And the World Bank says no. Why? Why do you think that is? Let's really think about it. What does the World Bank do? They make money lending money to countries. So if you're lending money to countries, but they don't need that money anymore because they're going to get into Bitcoin, then why would you lend them money? No, you're not going to profit anything off of that. So the World Bank is not helping them. Tanzania is discussing bringing that in as legal tender as well, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the only one that is truly scarce. 21 million, you can never have 20 million one, 22 million. You can never do anything like that because you need more than 50% of everybody that holds Bitcoin to vote. And there's like 6 million or so Bitcoin that are lost forever. So you're not going to get a vote out of those people, period. So you really need 60, 70% of everybody that holds Bitcoin to vote to add more. Why would they do that? Because it's just going to dilute the value of the Bitcoin that they own. So I just wanted to make sure to reach out and give you some nuggets to really think about. And with that, I'm going to leave you with this video. This video is someone from years ago that I think made a really good point as far as being afraid of these bull markets and bear markets and what happens and whatnot. So take a look. Thanks for letting me just kind of go off on what I think is the state of crypto right now here at the end of June. And Nerd on Crypto out. Thanks.
This one time, Bitcoin went from 6 cents all the way to 36 cents, and then it crashed down to 21 cents. And then another time, Bitcoin went from 85 cents all the way to $29, and then it crashed to $3. And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $213, and then it crashed all the way to $70. And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $1,100, and then it crashed all the way to $239. So the moral of the story is don't buy Bitcoin because you know it's going to crash again.